from Innisfree Irish Pub in downtown Tuscaloosa. What a great place. Serving food daily until 10 p.m., but right now you need to get over here for the Lucky Lunch Special. Runs every day throughout the week from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. You can choose a meat and three or a soup salad and sandwich combo. Great stuff. Going to have some live music here at the Free tonight, too. So from start to finish, really, they got you covered at Innisfree Irish Pub. Let's head to the phone lines and welcome BamaOnline.com recruiting analyst Hank South to the program. Hank, looks like a pretty big weekend for the University of Alabama, and not just in one sport.
Yeah, very big weekend. Alabama will host a handful of big-name guys for the football game against Western Kentucky, and then probably one of the biggest basketball recruiting weekends in recent memory with two five-star prospects on campus, and Troy Brown and Collin Sexton. So both football and basketball staffs will have their hands full.
Maybe the biggest weekend in terms of recruiting for Alabama men's basketball that I can certainly remember. Probably have to go back to Mark Gottfried had some big-name guys come in here too, and certainly Wimp Sanderson did years and years ago. But where does Alabama really sit right now with Troy Brown, the wing from Las Vegas, Nevada, and then, of course, Collin Sexton, the point guard from over in Georgia, a couple of five stars? Is Alabama in great shape with both those guys, one of those guys? Is it a long shot with either or both?
I wouldn't say it's a long shot with either of them. I think if you wanted to kind of pin one guy that they're in better shape with, I'd say Collin Sexton. But then again, Troy Brown, he has offers from pretty much any big-name basketball school you could think of, and he's chosen to take an official visit, one of his 5 official visits to Alabama. Alabama is a school that's really prioritized him since they offered him in December. He from the get-go, he was interested. He liked what Avery Johnson was telling him, what they brought to the table, and I think if the visit goes well, which I'm assuming it will, I think you could really see Alabama take a step forward in his recruitment. He has a 24/7 Sports crystal ball prediction to Alabama from an analyst, I think on the AAU circuit. So I mean, there's definite interest there, and I think with a strong visit, that could really show him something. And he told me yesterday he wants to see the way they train. So that's going to be a big thing. He's going to watch them work out. He's going to kind of get the rundown of how it goes in Tuscaloosa. And then Collin Sexton, he's a guy that's trending to Alabama at 100% on the crystal ball off of 13 predictions. So that's got to tell you something with kind of where his mindset is. He's a guy that kind of blew up late in the spring, this past spring, and he didn't have a ton of offers. Alabama was one of those schools that really went after him, and I think that really paid off in a big way because now he's the number 2 point guard in the nation by 24/7 Sports, and everybody wants him now, and Alabama was kind of one of those first schools in there that he's seen a few times. And so with a strong visit, you never know. I think the staff would love to get a commitment out of one of them this weekend.
Absolutely. Those two are program-changing type recruits. And it was a solid class that Avery Johnson put together in this most recent group. But, man, when you talk about Collin Sexton, Troy Brown, Alex Reese over at Pelham High School, the Post over there, and a couple other guys that Alabama's involved with, this could be a 5 or 6 man class for the ages for Alabama men's basketball.